The observation deck hummed with a low thrum. Stars streaked past the expansive viewport. Kira, clad in her sleek spacesuit, leaned closer to the transparent barrier. She traced a finger along the cool glass, her breath fogging the surface momentarily. Beyond, a swirling nebula painted the cosmos in hues of lavender and gold. Kira had always dreamed of exploring the stars, of venturing beyond the familiar embrace of Earth. Now, aboard the Starship Odyssey, her childhood dreams were a breathtaking reality. She was light years from home, journeying to a distant star system with a crew that had become her family. And yet, amidst the wonders of space, a strange loneliness sometimes crept into her heart. She wasn't alone in her solitude. Across the observation deck, bathed in the soft glow of the nebula, stood Zelian. His tall, slender form was outlined in a soft, bioluminescent glow. Intricate patterns like living constellations shimmered across his emerald skin. He too seemed captivated by the cosmic vista, his gaze distant and filled with a longing Kira understood all too well. Zelian was an enigma, a being from a world so different from her own. His species, the Lumina, were beings of pure energy, their forms fluid and ever-shifting. Their language was a symphony of light and color, their emotions expressed in the subtle fluctuations of their bioluminescence. Communicating with Zelian was a dance of intuition and empathy, a constant learning and relearning of each other's ways. Yet despite the vast gulf between their species, Kira found herself drawn to Zelian. Perhaps it was the shared wonder in their eyes as they gazed upon the cosmos, or the quiet understanding that passed between them in the stillness of space. Whatever the reason, a bond had formed between them, a connection that transcended words and species. Kira often found herself seeking out Zelian's company during their long interstellar journey. They would spend hours on the observation deck, lost in the silent contemplation of the cosmos. Sometimes Zelian would project images into her mind, sharing glimpses of his homeworld, a world of luminous forests and shimmering seas, bathed in the light of twin suns. "Your world is beautiful," Kira whispered one day, her voice barely audible above the hum of the starship. Zelian turned to her, his bioluminescence flaring momentarily in a soft, pulsating green. It was the closest he came to a smile, Kira had learned. He reached out, his long, slender fingers brushing against her gloved hand. The touch sent a shiver down her spine, a tingling warmth that spread through her entire body. "As is yours," Zelian projected into her mind, his voice a melodic whisper in her thoughts. A world of vibrant life, of oceans and mountains, of creatures great and small. Kira smiled, touched by his words. "It's strange," she admitted, "to be so far from home, surrounded by the unknown, and yet feel so connected to someone from a completely different world." Zelian's bioluminescence pulsed again, a slow, rhythmic wave of emerald light that seemed to echo the beating of her own heart. "The universe is vast," he projected, "but connection, like gravity, transcends distance." Their conversations were a blend of spoken words and telepathic projections of shared silences and knowing glances. They spoke of their hopes and dreams, and their excitement for the unknown that lay ahead. Kira learned about Zelian's people, their deep connection to the cosmos, their ability to draw energy from the stars themselves. Zelian, in turn, was fascinated by human history, by our art and music, our triumphs and follies. One evening, as the Starship Odyssey hurtled through a particularly dense star cluster, Kira found Zelian on the observation deck. He stood before the viewport, his form outlined by the light of 1,000 suns. His bioluminescence danced with a kaleidoscope of colors reflecting the celestial tapestry before them. He seemed lost in thought, his usually serene features etched with a hint of sadness. "Zelian?" Kira asked softly, approaching him. "Is everything all right?" He turned to her, his bioluminescence dimming slightly. "I miss my home." He projected, his voice filled with a deep longing. "The warmth of my sun, the song of the stars, the embrace of my people." Kira's heart ached for him. She knew the feeling of homesickness all too well. She reached out, her gloved hand hovering just above his arm. She longed to comfort him, to offer him some small measure of solace, but the barrier of their different species seemed insurmountable. As if sensing her thoughts, Zelian reached out, his hand passing through hers in a ghostly touch. His bioluminescence flared again, this time in a wave of comforting warmth that spread through Kira's entire being. It was a feeling of understanding, of shared loneliness, of a connection that transcended the physical world. "We are not so different, you and I," Zelian projected, his voice a soothing balm to her soul. "We both long for connection, for belonging, for a place to call home." Kira nodded, tears welling up in her eyes. She had never felt so seen, so understood by another being. In that moment, surrounded by the vastness of space, she realized the depth of her feelings for Zelian. It was a love born of shared dreams and unspoken longings, a love that defied the boundaries of species and the limitations of language. "I know," she whispered, her voice thick with emotion. "I feel it too." Zelian's bioluminescence pulsed again, this time in a joyful dance of emerald light. He leaned closer, his forehead gently touching hers through the visor of her helmet. It was a gesture of intimacy, of trust, of a love that knew no bounds. Section 6. The Dance of Trust and Wonder. The rest of the journey passed in a blur of shared moments and stolen glances. Kira and Zelian were inseparable, their bond deepening with each passing day. They explored the hidden corners of the starship, sharing stories and laughter. They watched holographic sunsets over alien landscapes, their hands brushing against each other, sending shivers down their spines. One day, while exploring the starship's arboretum, a lush oasis filled with exotic plants from across the galaxy, Zelian presented Kira with a gift. It was a small, iridescent flower, its petals shimmering with 1,000 colors. As Kira reached out to touch it, the flower unfolded, revealing a miniature galaxy within its heart. "It's beautiful," Kira breathed, her voice filled with wonder. "A symbol of our love," Zelian projected, his bioluminescence glowing softly. A reminder that even in the vastness of space, two souls can find each other. Kira carefully tucked the flower into her hair, her heart overflowing with love for the extraordinary being standing before her. She knew that their journey would eventually come to an end, that their paths would likely diverge once they reached their destination. But for now, she cherished every moment with Zelian, knowing that their love story, written in the stars, would stay with her forever. Section 7. A Universe of Possibilities. The days turned into weeks, and the weeks into months. The Starship Odyssey continued its journey, hurtling towards the unknown. Kira and Zelian's love blossomed under the watchful gaze of 1,000,000 stars. They found solace in each other's company, a refuge from the vastness of space and the uncertainties of their mission. They spent hours in the ship's holographic chamber, recreating scenes from their respective planets. Kira showed Zelian the snow-capped peaks of the Himalayas and the vibrant coral reefs of the Great Barrier Reef. Zelian, in turn, shared breathtaking visions of his homeworld. Luminous forests bathed in the light of twin suns, bioluminescent creatures dancing in the twilight sky. Their love was a constant source of wonder and delight. Kira found herself captivated by Zelian's alien beauty, the way his bioluminescence shimmered and pulsed with his every emotion. Zelian, in turn, was drawn to Kira's warmth and compassion, her infectious laughter, and the way her eyes sparkled with curiosity and wonder. Section 8. Echoes of the Heart. One starlit night, as they stood on the observation deck, watching a meteor shower streak across the cosmos, Zelian turned to Kira, his bioluminescence glowing with an intensity that took her breath away. "Kira," he projected, his voice a symphony of light and emotion. "You have shown me the beauty of your world, the depth of your heart. You have opened my eyes to a universe of possibilities I never thought possible." Kira's heart skipped a beat. She had never felt so loved, so cherished by another being. "Zelian," she whispered, her voice trembling with emotion. "You have done the same for me. You have shown me that love knows no bounds, that connection can bloom even in the most unexpected of places." He leaned in, his lips brushing against hers in a tender kiss. It was a kiss that defied language and species, a kiss that spoke of a love that was both eternal and ephemeral. In that moment, surrounded by the vastness of space, they were not a human and an alien, but two souls intertwined, their destinies forever linked. Section 9. Forever Bound by Stardust. The Starship Odyssey continued its journey, carrying its precious cargo of dreams and desires, of love found and cherished. Kira and Zelian, their hands intertwined, their hearts beating in unison, stood on the observation deck, gazing out at the infinite expanse of the cosmos. They knew that their journey together might be coming to an end, but the love they shared, a love born under a canopy of stars, would stay with them forever, a beacon of hope and a testament to the enduring power of connection in a universe filled with infinite possibilities. The stars twinkled around them, ancient and vast, silent witnesses to a love story written across the cosmos, a love story that transcended the boundaries of worlds and whispered of a future where hearts, not species, would guide their destinies. And in the depths of their souls, Kira and Zelian knew that no matter where life took them, they would always be connected, their love a constellation forever etched against the tapestry of time and space.